Wow, I'm late. Hey, what's up, Nerd fam? This is your boy Gershon. I'm going to welcome you to Enter Nerd. Today, we talk about something that I'm pretty sure all of you are way ahead of me on, and that is Demon Slayer. This is season 1. I want to talk about that. Now, I've always been a fan of anime, and I will admit that out of all the content, I usually favor like a lot of comic book content, so I'm constantly reading that, whether it's movies, stuff like that, and yes, I do get a chance to watch anime, but just I'm not always up to date. I'm always really behind, and this is one of those things that kind of like went to the wayside, and I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. Now, I was actually on a stream with my boy Chris and Sam and Jeroni, actually all three of them, they're all there, and they were talking about this and the movie, and it just sounds really interesting. I don't really care about spoilers, and they were pretty much telling me kind of like the plot lines and stuff. I'm like, wow, like I need to go watch this, and watch it I did. And I was pleasantly surprised because here's the thing. I am definitely like a child of the 90s, like literally right in the beginning of it. And being able to see things like Outlaw Star and Trigun and Tenchi Muyo and all the early Gundam stuff, like that was like the anime for me. So it took me a while to kind of transition into getting into like obviously the new stuff. But I'm happy I did. And I like a lot of like the new things like Kuroko's Basketball and My Hero Academia, which I love because that really reminds me of the comic book stuff that I'm really reading. It's literally like an anime comic book, and I love that. I love that series. And there's a lot of really good storytelling that it does inside of there. And I'm talking about about other animes, but what I'm just saying that to show you how I got to here. But in this series and Demon Slayer, I think they did an excellent job. Number one, before I even get into the characters, I gotta get into how it looks. The animation is excellent, and I noticed that's something else because right now I'm actually like as I'm recording this video, I'm in the middle of watching another one that everyone is probably ahead of me on, which is Jujutsu Kaisen, which is also beautifully animated, right? And even when you look at like Attack on Titan, like that's just such a thing that people are doing now. It's like amazingly animated anime, right? It was the first thing that I noticed, especially like in those scenes when they're moving throughout the forest and you see the snow. It looks amazing. Something that I really love about the storytelling is that it's simple. Guy goes out of town, comes back, somebody kills his family, he's got to get revenge on it, but he needs to learn the skills to be able to get said revenge, right? Now, and a lot of times in some anime tropes, the main character just becomes freaking unstoppable out of nothing. Just gets all this plot armor to just keep on getting stronger and stronger and stronger for no apparent reason. I mean, we saw that in Naruto, we saw that in Bleach, right? Like these characters just got so strong, like just for nothing. That they like just because he's the main character, just give him that boost, right? But in this, Tanjiro, and Nezuko, the little sister that obviously got turned into the demon, they have a certain amount of skill, like after he gets taught, and then even her being demon, like they have, but it's finite. It's appropriate for the point in which they're at in the series. Like, yes, she's strong, and yes, remember she kicked the head off that demon in the beginning, but when it came to the stronger demon, she wasn't doing that same thing. They needed each other's help, and the same thing when he fought that demon, those two demons they were fighting. When they ran into the deserter, the one that became like a doctor, I'm forgetting her name, but you know what I'm talking about. And he had to look at all the various directions for which he knew that the demon was going to send him. And he pretty much had to use all those like the water breathing techniques to be able to counteract those movements. Once he beat that person, he was down for the count. It wasn't like he can immediately go and fight this other demon. And I like that. I like when they set limitations so the character has plenty of room to grow. And what I love is even certain surprises, like when he was fighting one of the 12, the spider one, the one that was making everybody, all the other demons, like forceful members of his family, when you saw that he also had some of that fire skill in him. And they did that nice little like combo attack with him and his sister, where he's like channeling the things he inadvertently learned from his father. Those are really cool things, because just because he has that doesn't mean he's a master of it. And he still had limitations because he still needed help. They all needed help from the Hashira, who are insanely powerful. And I like that you see like those guys are really, really powerful. And it could be where the main character's headed. It could be where Zenitsu, the other guy who's like a common anime trope, really, really cowardly, but then when they get their shit together, is extremely powerful with the whole like thunder breathing techniques, right? And then even Inosuke, who is like that stereotypical brute, like I do things to make things harder for me, like a similar way into how like Kenpachi, not as powerful though. You know, Kenpachi had that damn eye patch, and it was just taking all like his Ryatsu away. This one is like, you know, he bangs up his sword just so he can fight with brute strength, and you know, he developed his own style, and you know, it's really cool. Like the characters are very, very interesting. It keeps you engaged, and they set even tiers for the villains, so you know there's gonna be villains that they're gonna need the Hashira for. They're gonna need them and he's gonna need to get stronger from that. And even when you look at Giyu, like he is a more advanced water breathing guy. So you even see like right there is where he could end up. Like where Tanjiro can look to him for like where he could be in those water breathing techniques, right? I really did. I really liked this. I didn't get a chance to watch the movie yet, so I guess the next one I do will be another anime review I'll do will be of the movie, even though I already know what happens in it because, you know, the internet be interneting, right? And also I told you I was on that stream and my boys were talking about it, so I know like who dies and stuff like that. I know what it's about, so I get it. But because I didn't watch the movie, there's some context that I'm missing, so I ain't gonna talk about it right now, but I'll definitely do a thing about that. But I love where this series is going. I even love that whole thread aspect. Like, you know, I gotta see the thread. I gotta see where it's leading me. Like, it adds kind of like a cool martial arts aspect. I love that scene where you know, this is also something that gets you emotional. Like, they add real stakes, not just the family, right? But then when he's getting trained by those two kids, and he has to slice the rock in half, and you realize those are two kids that the guy who taught him, one of the many kids that got eaten by that demon in the forest, and it's just so messed up because it even kind of shows how they die and stuff too, and they're just kind of like stuck in limbo because they just needed someone to be able to defeat him. I'm like, damn, like that's pretty deep stuff. Like, people actually die in here, like in those demons that were killing all like the teenage girls, and the dude had all the souvenirs. He's like, nah, you know, she's gone. If that was your sister, you know, she's dead already. You know, I'm like, damn. Like, I like when they're not scared to show you stakes. Like, no, people are dying here. Like, you're not just gonna save everybody here, and we might be too late. And obviously there are characters here who are going to die, like characters who they're gonna get you attached to. And I dig that. And the demons, obviously they all used to be human, so there's even depth in their, you know, showing, you know, they always revert back to what they were as a human. Like the guy who wanted to like be like a cool drummer, the boy who wanted the family, like cool. And I know that's gonna be a continuing thing, right? So I kind of want to see who this, like the Muzan guy, the actual demon, the demon who caused everything. I want to see like what his issue was, because he's really, really old. So I want to see like what that's about, and I obviously want to see what all the 12 general guys, I want to see what they're gonna be about too. But yeah, that's really my review. I really, really like this anime. I can't wait to see what's going on. I'm trying to avoid, I know they have some manga stuff going out there. I know there's probably spoilers galore, and I don't want to go that far. I don't want to know all of that yet. But yeah, I love it. If you have any more that are new, like obviously I gotta watch like God of High School. I watched some of that. Like, let me know if there's some other ones. Just recommend me some more like brand new ones that have great animation that you think that I really like. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you thought about Demon Slayer. Until then, keep watching this anime, keep reading that manga, and don't forget to enter the nerd.